How we all doing? That was an easy one. Thought Nike McClure had her best game of her career. Really brought some energy to us when we needed it. I thought this was a very tough game for this team to play 24 hours after what happened yesterday. And then we lost Lou Brown to sickness, so we were down in numbers. I thought we fought through it, and we're fortunate to end up with a victory.
Said a fantastic game from Nike kind of overshadows her defensive contributions on the floor tonight. Can you talk about how she was able to kind of step up and establish a presence in the paint in that area?
Well, she's an intimidator. She's probably the biggest intimidator in the conference. She does a great job of getting in help position. If we would do a better job of rebounding off of her help, it would help us out tremendously. She blocks shots. She comes out of nowhere to block three-point shots. She changes shots in the paint even more than she blocks them. So, you know, she makes our defense go, her and Kayla Haley.
Chanel Molina, you know, hit that huge three-pointer for you guys there at the end of the fourth quarter. What is it like being able to trust a sophomore to take huge shots like that in the moment?
Well, if you remember when she was a freshman before she got hurt, that was commonplace. I mean, she just hit shots all the time. I think she's just starting to feel it again, to get back into it, and I think tonight will help her. I think hitting the big three like that will just boost her confidence. She's been getting better the last 3-4 games, but she's not back to where she was. And when that happens, that too will help us tremendously.
Do you consider momentum or endurance responsible for that hot start that you guys had there in overtime?
I think Bobby Ristova hit some clutch shots. That was the hot start. They forced her baseline. She went baseline and hit jumpers on them. And then the big three, I think it was off a Nike rebound, if I'm not mistaken. So her hitting 7 points right there gave us a little breathing room, and then we tried to let them back in by missing our free throws.
As you mentioned, it was an emotional night for everybody. What does it mean to this team to get a win in front of this large, considering home crowd and after the news, and to end a 3-game losing streak?
I mean, every win in this league. I mean, if you watch all the games, every win in this league is like you're climbing a mountain. There is no soft touches in this league. So every game you win, you feel good about. I mean, we've gone down to the last minute now 5 out of 7 games. So you got to scratch and claw and hope at the end of the day you end up with 2 more points than the other team. So I'm sure the players feel good about after the last 3 games, which 2 of them went down the last minute, of pulling this one out. It's harder to get that one after you've lost a few, and I think that was evident down the stretch when you do things like miss free throws that you normally don't miss. I think once you lose a couple in a row tight like that, you get a little tight. And so maybe this one will loosen us up a little.
Kind of Nike McClure kind of overshadowed the defensive effort, but how about Maria Kosterkova's effort? Also had 3 blocks.
We end up with Lou out, having to put her in with Nike at the same time, and that worked out pretty well. The the problem against Washington was they've got 4 small people out there, and so when we went big with both of them, it helped us on one side of it. On the other side, it made it a little more difficult. It also took Nike away from the basket. So her intimidation there wasn't as good, but Maria's long and does a nice job helping too. So that's something we're going to have to look at. I mean, that was fairly effective against this basketball team.
And what do you take away from this game now? Now you'll go on the road to Seattle and play them again in a few days.
Yeah, that is a tough deal. Okay, they will have the mental edge. Whoever lost this game would have the mental edge going in the next one. They're pissed. Okay, they think they should have won. Okay, so we need to take that same edge and go over there. The good thing is we got a day to rest. We got all the emotion that we spent over the last 24 hours with what happened. Maybe that'll dissipate a little bit, and we'll get a little bit more there. Maybe Lou will come back and be healthy for this game, and we'll have another body. So, maybe those things will balance themselves out. But playing 2 in a row, no matter, we've never liked it, and just for this reason. You win a tough game like this, and now, the edge goes to them just a little bit mentally, and that's something we'll have to fight.